So I have Mayor Patrick Brown with me, as I was announcing in the beginning of the show that he will be our guest today on the show. Regional Councillor Gurpratap Toor gave us little bit information yesterday in the morning, but he didn't have enough information at that time. But I'm glad that Mayor Brown, who was quite actively, persuading, advocating that federal, provincial government they all should come forward and jointly they should take some action, whatever is happening in our country and particularly in Peel area. So I have Mayor Brown with me. Mayor Brown, welcome to Radio Parvasi. Good morning.
Great to be on Radio Parvasi, and yeah, it was a very productive summit on auto thefts, and once again, Peel region is leading the charge to fix a problem that is causing massive havoc across Canada.
Okay, so you were advocating lots of measures should be taken, and I'm glad that all the stakeholders were there.
Yeah, we had every major law enforcement representative in the country there, from OPP to regional police forces to the RCMP to the Port to the CBSA. I went there with a message: we can fix this. It's out of control. It is now the third largest revenue source for organized crime. It is funding heinous criminal activity, and we can shut it down and get it under control with two quick measures. One, we need to have screening at our ports and intermodal hubs like they do in the United States. There's equipment that's about $3.5 million per screener, but you can actually see what's inside these shipping containers. We can shut down the movement of stolen goods. The second thing is we need to have stronger sentences for those that are convicted of auto theft crimes. Right now it's sort of a slap on the wrist and you see someone in jail for one night and then they're out. If we fix these two areas, I believe we can put the brakes on auto thefts in Canada.
Okay, Mayor, many a times we have seen that decisions are being taken, but it takes a lot of time to implement them. How confident you are that they will be implemented shortly?
So, Dominic LeBlanc, the public safety minister, seems keen to help. I was encouraged by his tone of collaboration. Now, the question is, how long will it take them to purchase this equipment, because there'll be federal procurement rules. I'm hopeful that it can happen quickly. As soon as we get these machines in place at the intermodal hubs and at the ports, I think it will really disrupt the auto theft industry in Canada. But it does take time through federal procurement.
Okay. In this day, time of technology, what was the contribution we can expect from the automakers?
So, automakers are adding new security devices every year. But the reality is, as soon as they add a new security device, organized crime finds a way around that security device. We've seen this cycle go on for about 10 years. Sure, they can do more, but what I was focused on was this: why are auto thefts in Canada 10 times the rate that they are in the United States? Same cars, same security features. The only difference is screening at the ports and sentencing. And so, that's what we really need to have a laser focus on. Why are auto thefts so different in Canada than everywhere else in the industrialized world? We need to have security at our ports. It can't be so easy to take stolen goods out of our country.
Yeah. When I spoke to Chief Nish last time, he was quite disappointed that he doesn't have enough officers to deal with this challenge, this issue. So our police forces are going to get something more or special powers from the federal or provincial government?
Yeah, so I think what Chief Nish was speaking to was the fact that he does not have jurisdiction on the rail line or at the ports. And so we know we'll have trackers that show where the stolen cars are. There could be stolen cars at the intermodal hub in Brampton or Vaughan, but the police are not allowed to go on that property. It's jurisdiction of CBSA. And so, Nish is getting more officers every year. This year we had the largest increase in officers in Peel region history, but those officers do not have the legal right to enter a federal jurisdiction, and railways and ports are federal jurisdiction. And so, part of my pitch at the summit in Ottawa was, if you're not going to give the resources to CBSA to do this and to look at the shipping containers, then let local police do it. But I believe this is going to be addressed. The minister did say he's going to give resources to CBSA and equipment to CBSA to do this.
Okay, 5 federal ministers were there, provincial ministers were there, mayors and police chiefs were there. You think that this kind of the highest level summit which we saw yesterday is a message to these people who are involved in this organized crime?
Yeah, I think this was a necessary summit. I think it had to happen. Everyone sort of need to understand whose responsibility was what. And so if I'm an international criminal organization, I'd be nervous right now. I believe right now Canada knows what it needs to do to shut this down. And this is a huge industry. It's, over $1.2 billion. This is massive, massive dollars for organized crime. And if Canada can fix this, this will be a massive win for public safety.
Okay, 90,000 cars are being stolen every year from our country, and almost every hour we have a car theft in Peel region. It's embarrassing, shameful for Canadians that we are number 1 in car theft in the world. This we can never accept. Anyway, Mayor Brown, before you go, we saw 5 people were charged, and men and 2 women are charged. Day before yesterday, Chief Nish gave all the information regarding this extortion, this issue. You want to comment on that before you go?
Yeah, we had a press conference where we announced a major breakthrough in the extortion ring. And what was interesting with these arrests, they were obviously involved in some of these Peel region extortions, but we were able to obtain 50 cell phones and computer devices. And so I think this extortion ring is going to start to unravel because of great investigative police work. So kudos to the Peel Police, to the team that led this investigation. This is the first breakthrough in Canada, for these extortions that are happening across BC, Alberta, and in the GTA. And so I'm optimistic that, these hooligans who thought that they could evade police using techniques like WhatsApp and shooting homes or lighting fires in the middle of the night, they thought they could get away with this, and they are sadly mistaken. These thugs are going to be not just prosecuted, but they're going to spend significant time behind bars.
Okay. Last but not the least, we have heard this announcement from the Prime Minister that $3.1 billion are being given to Ontario's this healthcare crisis. I think it's a welcome news.
I don't have the details on what it means or what funding will come to the hospitals, but anytime the Ontario government gets an infusement of dollars from the federal government for healthcare, it's good news.
Yeah, okay. And this money will be delivered in 3 years time. So anyway, I think Premier Ford should be happy, and we interviewed Minister Sylvia Jones yesterday, and I'm sure she will be happy. But how much part of this we can get in Brampton or Peel, that will be a question to see. Anyway, Mr. Brown, Thank you so much. Always nice to talk to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.